qualifying, Heat 3, big section, about to get underway. Felix, heavy hitters, led by Ryan Sheckler and Nigel Houston.
You know, Nigel Houston and Ryan Sheckler really put on a show in that line section, and it's not going to slow down here. They're so comfortable in the big section. It's going to get really exciting, man.
Here's Ryan Sheckler with his first attempt. You get 6 attempts. We take your 4 top scores.
Oh, man. Really going for it right out the gate. The half cab, the back 5-0 that got away from him, and it got really scary.
Ryan goes big every time. There's Eric Costin, attempt 1.
There we go, way to set it off.
Now remember,
backside 5-0 grind.
As we've been saying this evening, a 2.8, you gotta land those tricks first, and then you can afford to throw a couple away, but you gotta score for it.
And if I was in any of these guys' ears, I would be saying to take the hubba approach for the first couple of those, and then keep it moving from there, just like Ishad did with that frontside tail slide.
Ishad must have heard you. A 3.6.
Although a little lower than you want to score.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, although a little lower than you want to score for these moves, you're definitely much better than a donut.
Let's see what he's got on his first attempt in the big.
That's the way to skate it. You're going to take a big risk right out the gate. Go with the hubba, a little less risky than probably the stair route, and a big move. He scored early. 6.1.
6-1, build that lead up.
I actually thought that would have scored a little bit higher, but you know, he could have kickflip frontside 5-0, kickflip frontside nose grind, and got a little bit of a better score.
Here's Nigel Houston. This is where he's made his money, right here.
Backside nose grind, way to set it off. Over $1 million in prize money, and my man here has already earned that amount in his career at Street League.
So Nigel Houston with a 6.4 has him in 10th place already in that semi-finalist group. Remember, he's got 5 more attempts to go.
Way to set it off with a backside kickflip from Chaz. Now, Chaz loses one of his best tricks by not having a rail there. He usually has a real cool kickflip from feeble grind. So it's going to be interesting what is going to substitute that trick for him in the big section.
A 5.6 for Chaz Ortiz, and already we're at attempt number 2 here in Heat 3. Ryan Sheckler needs a 4.5 to get into that semifinal group.
Oh, man, he is going for it.
You can't believe it.
I mean, I think he might have not wanted to come out backside 180, but his body just went that way and he went for it because he looked kind of startled when he fell.
Well, you know what that means. Sheckler's thrown 2 away. He's got to land his next 4, but here's Eric Costin, attempt number 2.
Costin, front tail to forward. It takes a little bit more control maybe to come out forwards because you have to stop it from sliding. Might have been a better choice to just go out to fakie and let it flow right off.
Here's a shot where, as you can see, just a 1.6, building away to get to that semi-finalist group, attempt number 2.
Oh, man. That nose run, he makes it, but not as clean as he would have wanted to. Don't know if they're going to score that one.
He probably wants that one back.
Double donuts.
David Gonzalez just needs a 0.5 to get to that semi-finals group.
He's sitting on a kickflip 50-50, man. That's a lot to ask for to raise the bar from there. Oh, a little tutorial. You get the backside kickflip 50-50.
I think he's listening to you, Felix. He's chomping away, chipping away, building that score up.
But you know what? He's choosing tricks that are over 5, so he's taking a little bit of a risk out there, flipping his board onto that hubba. That's kind of sketchy. A big hubba for a little dude, too.
If you skate in a big section with Nigel Houston, you want more than 5s. Speaking of which,
what a competitor. Right behind his man, does a kickflip 50-50. Here comes Nigel, ups the ante with a kickflip 5-0. One could say rude, one could say a tremendous competitor.
He is a gentleman, 6.5. But here's Chaz Ortiz, who right now is sitting in 12th position. This is his 2nd attempt here in the big section.
Chaz has such a light touch that going down those stairs is just effortless for him. He has such great technique. That 360 flip was flawless. and 2 bangers up there real quick.
You can't help but say that quite a bit when Chaz skates effortless, it looks like. Here comes Ryan Sheckler, attempt number 3 for heat 3.
Oh man, this is about to get really interesting right now because he's missed that half captain back 5-0, and the momentum has now kind of changed from being in his favor to possibly him questioning himself a little bit after 3 bails.
Right now, Ryan Sheckler will be on the outside looking in. He's currently 16th with 3 consecutive misses. Remember, we take the top 4 scores here in the big section. Eric Costa with his 3rd try.
There's that tail slide. You know, Eric's actually been out on the street getting real busy for that pretty sweet grilled chocolate video. My man's working overtime right now.
You can tell.
Man, I'm still thinking about Sheckler's next decision still. It's really critical.
But that's the beauty of Street League, and that's the beauty of the format this year. Rob Dudek and company have completely dialed it in. Strategy being the name of the game. Here's a shot where?
Got a lot of tricks. Oh, he wants to like make that nose one side perfect. And I'm sure he'll make the next one. I'm really not used to seeing a shot fail this much. He's usually on his board, riding away to the next trick.
That was a shot, second fall. Here's David Gonzalez.
Oh man, I consider that one of the sketchiest tricks in skateboarding actually, the salad grind. It's not a blunt, it's not a 5-0 grind. You gotta tweak it out a little bit. It's a real sketchy trick. But when it locks in there solid, it's real stylish.
Here's Nigel Houston, attempt number 3.
Nigel's just having fun right now. Hard flipped his way right into the finals early with 3 more goes left to go.
Amazing. He's in the top 6 right now. Obviously, 3 more attempts and another heat to go, but what can you say about this kid?
I mean, he doesn't have much, although he shines under a lot of pressure, he has 3 goes left and not much pressure on him.
Chaz Ortiz.
This is a blunt slide.
That was his first throwaway, but here we go from the top. Attempt number 4. Ryan Sheckler needs to land something.
I think he's switching it up. He's making a new choice here. There's that front blunt. Hopefully that turns the tides back in his favor again.
And something, it's the baby steps like that, right, Felix? I mean, he's realized that he's missed a few, and he just got to build those points back.
That's a good score. He needed that.
So here we go with Eric Costa. Score for Sheckler is a 6-4.
That make right there will bump Shane O'Neill, I believe, out of the semis and squeak Costin in with still 2 more tricks to stack on top of that.
That is correct. Shane O'Neill officially on the outside looking in right now.
And Costin moves into 11th place.
There's a shot where with his 4th try.
Switches it up, goes with the front side flip down the stack. Good choice.
Very clean. Needed a 6.7 to get to the semis. Ends up with a 5.3, but continues to chip away. David Gonzalez currently 12th.
And he needs this make if he wants to stay in the semis. And it gets away from him and opens up a door for a shot where to catch him.
That's the beauty of this musical chairs type qualifier. Here we go, Nigel Houston, he has been perfect through 3. Can he keep it going for this 4th try?
Backside tail slide. Oh man, a perfect 4 tricks. You know what happens in the next 2 tries? It's the Nigel show. Sky's the limit.
An 8.3 for Nigel Houston, the highest of the big section for this heat. Check this out.
And there's yet another perfect kick flip backside tail slide. There's another angle, perfect flick, catch, tail on their slides. Hey, I'm gonna come out fakey. Nigel's incredible.
I can't remember what it's like to see Nigel Houston fall in the big section. It's been a while.
You know what? It's pretty critical up there, and he skates it as good as you can.
Chaz Ortiz, very clean.
Chaz Ortiz, blunt slide on the hubba. He's having a great big section showing as well.
5.4. So just like that, we're on to attempt number 5. Ryan Sheckler needs to put something down just to get to that semi group. 6. Really uncharacteristic to see Ryan throw this many away in the big section.
That is a really critical trick to choose for that environment.
So here's Eric Costin, currently in that semis group. Let's see if he can improve upon his place.
Yeah, he wants to put down some insurance right now. Switch 50-50, gonna do that for Eric Costin. A little bit of insurance right there. Might nudge him right past Tom Asta.
4.7.
Moves Costin all the way up into the 8th spot. Sitting real pretty in the semis.
Remember, top 6 go to the finals. 7 through 12 will skate in a semi.
Now, Ishad Ware with the make right now will catch David Gonzalez. And there it is.
That'll do it.
Ishad Ware bumps David Gonzalez out.
Needed a 1.4, gets a 5.3.
David Gonzalez's homework's cut out for him. He needs a 2.9 to catch Ishad. And he's 7.9 behind Baston Celebant if he wants to sit in the 11th spot and be a little safer. Let's see what he chooses to do here. No slide, fakey, not exactly clean, possibly not the route he wanted to come off the hubba, but it's a make nonetheless. And he gets a 3.9 and moves Tom Asta out and moves himself into the semis.
Here's Nigel Houston.
And welcome to Nigel Houston.
Unbelievably enough, he's on attempt number 5. With a 6.9, he takes the overall lead here.
230-pound pushes, kickflip nose grind. Argumentatively the hardest trick done so far in the event down the hubba. And this is just the first day of the contest. And he just caught Sean Malta for the top spot.
An 8.5. Check this out, Felix.
Kickflip nose grind, perfect balance, no nose touching. Just flawless knowledge off the end of that hubba.
So he has overtaken Sean Malto. He has got the top score here in qualifiers.
By almost 2 complete points, and he still has one more trick to go. What's he gonna do?
So here's Chaz Ortiz, who right now is just out of the final 6. He needs a 4.3 to get that top 6 group.
Ollie big, might have given him that 4, but he didn't make it.
So that is his second throwaway. Very important that Chaz Ortiz lands a trick in the 6th attempt. Here's Ryan Sheckler, who needs at least a 6.3 to get the semis, but then even then he's not safe.
And this half cap fiber is definitely a 6.3 in my opinion, but he chooses for a frontside half cap flip. And we have lost Sheckler.
Ryan Sheckler. Street league, stop number 2 done for Ryan Sheckler.
And it started out so promising. Sheckler's a qualifier, man. It's like, he just has such power at the beginning, and sometimes it burns out, and this week,
That's
it
what's
too soon.
so insane about this contest. A guy like Ryan Sheckler could be on the outside looking in. Here's Eric Costin. Can he get into that finals group? Needs an 8.5.
Big, big move right here. Don't know what Costin's approach is going to be. If he just wants some insurance, he's going to go for it. Let's see. Switch here for. He took an interesting route by rolling down the bank to try and gain a little bit of speed. He's sitting in 8th place in the semifinals right now. Could be a safe spot for Costin, but he would have really felt comfortable with some insurance if he would have made that switch over.
Different strokes for different folks. Here's a shot where he needs at least a 7 here to get into that finals group. He's currently 10th in that semifinal list.
Oh, no block. Got away again. Really frustrating.
So that's an interesting strategy there, Felix, because he could have played it safe and built up that lead. He still sits in that semifinal group, but nipping at his heels, David Gonzalez.
I think a no bump for shot down that hubba is a mid-range difficulty trick for him. He's a really talented dude, and I think he was kind of playing it safe by redoing it, but he got away.
Final attempt.
5.0 180.
David Gonzalez.
Talk about playing it safe. He wanted a couple extra points to space himself a little further away from Baston and some of the guys in the next heat. And he did just that right there. Moved himself all the way up to the 7th spot.
He did what he needed to do, Felix, to ensure himself in that semi list.
And now here's the last performance of the Niger show here today. How hard is this kid gonna go right now? Let's see.
Already in first place overall.
Oh, the nollie inward heel flip gets away. Very uncharacteristic for Niger. But, much like Niger, sitting on top, going into the finals tomorrow.
Absolutely could have afforded to do that, and then he did. And here's what's scary, Felix, is that's the tip of the iceberg on what he's got.
Let's get behind right now. This is the last
And here's our final skater of Heat 3, Chaz Ortiz.
4.3 will get him into the finals right now. He's going to have to take a bit of a risk here. It's above average trick to get a 4.3. That could be it right there. Nollie big spin. I'm looking at that coming in at maybe the 5 range, depending on how gracious the judges are. 5.9.
5.9 gets him into the finals.
Chaz Ortiz sitting in 3rd place going into the finals. That's a happy Chaz right there. Saves him a little bit of skating tomorrow. Saves some legs for the finals by not having to skate the semis. What a bet.
Wow, Chaz Ortiz bumps himself into the finals group. Remember, there's still one more heat left to skate. But here's our qualifying big section results after Heat 3. Nyjah Huston with the impressive 38.7 overall. Chaz Ortiz behind him. David Gonzalez making good. Eric Costin, Ashad Ware, and Ryan Sheckler. Amazingly enough, on the outside looking in.
Anything at all could happen right now with this next group of skateboarders.